So, Demon Slayer continues, and basically we have and see the journey of Tanjiro going through trying to figure out where this Orokodaki, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's going out trying to find the guy that Giyu sent out, told him to go to, Orokodaki. That's how you say his name. He learns that Nezuko hates the sunlight and everything, and he's trying to keep her out of the sunlight. He makes a little basket for her, and, doing, basic normal journey to find the guy type things. And, of course, he has to have one more encounter before he runs into Orokodaki, and it's with a demon to see if he can properly handle himself on his own, which he happens to not really be able to, and he ends up having to be saved by Nezuko, who kicks this demon's head off. And this is one thing that I completely forgot, I guess. Even though when their heads are cut from their bodies, if it's not from the special sword that they get eventually later on, the special Demon Slayer swords, their bodies and heads can still function. Completely forgot about that. Completely forgot about that. We see some more headbutting from Tanjiro. Actually, I think this is the first time that we see a big-ass headbutt. Borderline knocks this stupid demon out, and then he chucks him against a tree. Eventually, Orokodaki does show up. He does a burial for the families that said demon had killed, and we finally have found our journey to the man character. He kind of talks down to Tanjiro, saying that he is very indecisive. You weren't able to kill the demon. Gives him a good clean backhand. I gotta show you guys that, because I forgot about that. He walks up to him and literally just back. I forgot about that. But Tanjiro ends up like sticking the demon's head against the tree and thinks that he has to kill it, right? But he doesn't make the move and basically waits all the way until the morning, where boom bam bam, the sun ends up killing the demon, and Orokodaki talks down to him about being indecisive. Why didn't you go ahead and just kill him right away? We're gonna have to work on that. You are not the fucking guy Giyu thinks that you are. Fuck you. But then he still takes him under his wing, makes him follow him, and we go through a bit of training. He leaves this boy Tanjiro inside of what basically can be considered like a forest of death, full of traps laid by Orokodaki. And he's like, you gotta make your way back to my hut before sunrise. You better figure it out, and just leaves. Of course, Tanjiro happens to do exactly that. So cool beans. And then we end up going on into the very next little piece, all right? Where now Tanjiro has to break a rock. A thing that Orokodaki says to himself that he is not going to be able to do. He literally is like, I'm giving this piece of shit a challenge that he is not going to be able to do. All right? He goes through a bunch of different training before that, and then he gets dropped off in this snowy little area where he's going to have to break this big ass rock that like nobody has been able to break ever with his sword, right? And of course, Tanjiro being the, MC, he has to take on this role. He has to do it. Look at this big ass rock. He ain't doing that real life. So he takes on the challenge anyways. He ends up coming across these characters who are basically going to train him. Sabito and I forget the girl's name, but they end up fighting And it's really cool. It's really cute. It's like a just, you know, little training, little montage, yada yada. He's like, this guy's like telling him, you are just memorizing instead of actually acting on your training. You need to actually know what the fuck you're doing, because if you are indecisive, like Orikadaki was saying, if you are indecisive on what the fuck to do, baby boy, you are getting slaughtered. And he eventually takes all of that in, and guess what? One, the anime pulls that thing where they make the main character grow his hair out, and then they make him cut it. His hair looked cool, long, but eventually he does end up beating Sabito, and it's really cool, and it has like a little bit of a symbolization that, guess what? He cut off the mask, we see how cool Sabito looks, and we get the representation that he broke the rock. Our boy broke the rock. Our boy broke the rock. So cool beans, all fine and dandy. And then things carry on a little bit deeper. Little bit deeper. Because now he has to go to the Demon Slayer test, basically, the exam. That Orikadaki did not think that he would actually be able to even go to, because he didn't think that he was going to actually break the rock. And that's when we find out that these two characters that he trained with were dead. They were dead. And because he says, as Tanjiro is leaving to go to the exam, he says, say hi to Sabito and the girl. I cannot remember her name. And Orikadaki's like, how do you know those people? Those people are dead. But doesn't obviously bring it up to Tanjiro yet. But Tanjiro goes, he cuts his hair right beforehand. Orikadaki's very scared. We see these two girls who still creep the fuck out of me because they look like little baby demons. Why are they like at all considered like the exam like proctors, basically, with those dead eyes? But we get to see a couple of other characters. I believe this is when we do see Zenitsu, and we see the other guy that we never see later on until like this third season, basically. Tanjiro and the group of people trying to qualify to become Demon Slayers, they get told the rules, yada yada. They have to go in and survive and make their way up to a different area. And if you survive, if you live, then cool beans, you will be able to go on to the next step, basically. Tanjiro, of course, being the main character, ends up having to save somebody. And he runs into the guy, the demon, the monster, the creature, the piece of shit that killed what was the number? I think he said like 14 other people that Orikadaki sent here to become a Demon Slayer. He killed 14 of them, but he's eaten over 50 at this point, which is wild. But of course, Tanjiro has to go in. He has to go save this piece of shit, who I wish that he didn't go save, because this guy leaves Tanjiro after he gets saved. Leaves him to fight this big thing. And I'm just like, bro, like, what the fuck? He just saved you, and your payback is, fuck you. I'm not gonna help you. But the demon ends up knowing that it's somebody that was sent from Orikadaki because of the fox masks. He calls them little foxy masks. And that's what he uses to know that it's from Orikadaki, so that he can make sure that he kills all of them. He gets pissed off. Apparently, this demon has been here for years upon years upon years. And, of course, MC style, because he was able to break the rock with just the sword itself, Tanjiro goes the fuck in and, swipes through everything. He gets that breath in, charges in, gets that line, and... Okay, you're taking a very long time. I can't show the whole thing. You're taking a very long time. Tanjiro, cut his fucking head off. Tanjiro, what are you doing? Okay. All right. It's taking a little bit longer. I just want you to see how bad it's so cool. Slices straight through like butter. Swipes it like butter. Love Tanjiro. I didn't think that I was gonna like Tanjiro when I first started the anime because he was a little baby back crybaby bitch. But quickly becomes not that. So, cool beans, cool beans. And that brings us to the end of episode 4, and fucking hell, I'm enjoying it even more watching it over. Can you believe it? Demon Slayer's a good anime. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the episodes so far. We're watching all of Demon Slayer over again leading up into season 3. We have approximately 6 days left as of this recording. So we'll see if we enjoy season 3 of Demon Slayer. But that's all that I got for you. Daddy's Zebra the Best on YouTube, signing the fuck off. Have yourselves a nice rest of your day and a nice juicy. I chickadee a goddamn cha.